Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very exciting video. I just ended my last vlog, that is probably the video right before this, and I'm starting this one immediately because I am currently in my last week of being at home. My flight is literally Saturday night and it is currently Tuesday night, so it's coming up very quickly. We are in the crunch time, I guess, of packing. But yeah, this is the first vlog of many in this new little series that I'm doing of me studying abroad. I am going to be studying abroad in London, which I'm very excited for. I've always wanted to do this, and it's honestly kind of crazy that it's like actually happening. But yeah, we're in our packing stages. We haven't left yet, but yeah, I just really wanted to document as much as I can slash feel the need to. And yeah, this will be like a little mini study abroad diary online, which I think is fun. And I can't believe it's happening already. I have been gathering a bunch of stuff and just putting them in the same area, like in the suitcase behind me. I've just kind of been piling up stuff. I've spread out my packing amongst a few different days, but today is just focused solely on getting this stuff organized within my suitcases and also just packing away some of my warmer clothes. I love packing. Packing is like therapeutic in a stressful way, if that makes any sense. But I will have to say this time is a lot easier than many of the other times that I've had to pack in like the last 2 years, mostly because everything I pretty much brought from New York with me is like just gonna be repacked and like brought with me to London. I don't have like a ton of stuff I really need to remember. There's nothing extra that I'm really like bringing from home, otherwise I've like already kind of put it in there. And also it's just studying abroad. I'm not like moving to live there. I'm gonna be there like a shorter time than I would be if I were like moving into a dorm, so just a lot lighter than what I usually have to do, so it's kind of nice. With that being said, let's cut to a nice little montage of me organizing this stuff back here. Okay, that's all I'm gonna film today in terms of packing. Right now I'm just kind of like putting things in, kind of like making notes of things that I'm remembering and like things I need to pack last minute and like what I want to do, but there's no like insanely organized method that I'm using. But I am making sure to put all the things that I really care about in my carry-on, just so it can always be with me and I don't want to have to like worry about it in my checked luggage. And I'm also just like saving room in my checked luggage for like all the liquids and like, you know, the things you can't carry on with you. A lot of the things I've been putting on my carry-on are like some of my dresses that I really care about that would make me very upset if something happened to them, God forbid. So yeah, just kind of putting that, and also like lighter weight things, but also at the same time trying to make sure I distribute the weight properly. I feel like since I've done New York so many times, I kind of feel like the distributing of items comes more naturally and I don't have to like organize it way too much. But yeah, I just kind of like did the initial stuff. This is like the most exciting part of packing, is like putting all the little fun stuff in, and the stress of forgetting something hasn't hit yet because it's only the first day of packing. Everything else has been more stressful. I decided to work this week and then I just have like so many doctor's appointments and medications. Oh my gosh, so my asthma medication is like giving me a headache. But yeah, I've done a couple of like Target runs, you know, getting like mouthwash and like that kind of stuff, but I keep like forgetting things. I always think like, oh, I've like put a list together, I go out, get the stuff, and then I come back and like remember something that I've forgotten. I'm like kind of nervous. I'm like unprepared. No one can ever be like fully prepared for like, especially going out of country to a new place. I don't think anyone can ever anticipate anticipate everything that they need. Because it is out of country at the same time, it does mean that I need to be very particular and very sure of myself, because I can't just rely on like the same stores being there, obviously, and like the same products being there. So also, it's like, I don't know why I do this, but I feel the need to like cleanse my life every time I'm like packing all my stuff and like moving around. I think it's mostly because like it just feels like a good time to cleanse things for me, but it really makes it like so much more chaotic because I have all these things I need to charge, all these files and photos and everything that I need to like clean up, like going through my clothes and just so much stuff. I love it because I love this kind of stuff. I do really enjoy like organizing and planning and like decluttering and stuff, but I can't lie and say that it's not like stressful in some ways. But I'm trying to get it done, and I'm pretty good on track like in terms of my to-do list. I will see you probably tomorrow to pack again and maybe talk about some other stuff. I don't know what kind of sorcery overcame me yesterday to say that I love packing, it's therapeutic. No, it's not. I haven't filmed in 2 days because I've just been like doing everything. Got my eyebrows done. I cleaned out like literally my entire life. Got like literally everything I needed. I still have like quite a lot to do, but for now I'm like, okay. I'm a little bit worried about the amount of clothes I'm bringing. I'm trying my best to fit it all in. Basically, this time tomorrow, I will be literally on the plane, boarded, ready to leave. I'm a little bit stressed, but this always happens. I mean, when am I not stressed about packing? I seriously don't know why I said what I said a couple days ago. I think I'm gonna repack my bags. I feel like I'm taking too much, and I really want to like make sure I have space to like bring things back because I know I'm gonna like end up getting things there. I'm gonna try and be more intentional with the clothing that I'm bringing because I kind of just like threw everything in there, but I'm gonna like reevaluate. So let's see how that goes. Morning. This feels so weird that I'm going today. It's the morning of the day I leave, so Jasmine is already in the air. Also, I'm traveling with Jasmine. She's connecting through Atlanta and then we're going together to London, but I just wanted to check through my checked luggage again just to see if there's anything that I should leave behind, just because I don't want to be bringing too much stuff and I'm like worried about the weight of it. I just weighed it and I'm using like a traditional scale. I don't have like a bag weigher, but it said 43 at first, but then it said 49.5 and the limit is 50 pounds. So just to be safe, I'm gonna try and like take some of this stuff out because I don't want to have to be nervous about that. Okay, oh my gosh, I'm ready to go. I've got all my stuff on and everything packed. It's kind of crazy, to be honest. Yeah, I'm ready to go. I've finally made it to the place that I'm staying at. It has been a trek. It's definitely like a new change. Yeah, I'm just like getting all settled, like unpacking everything. I'll update you soon. Hello. I just wanted to like give a quick little update. I just wanted to talk a little bit about travel anxiety, and more specifically like new place anxiety. I don't know if that has a term, but hopefully you can still hear me over here. There's like so many different sounds going on in my room, so hopefully you can hear better. I felt like I wanted to talk about it. It was important to me to talk about it because I feel like I always like love taking like really pretty pictures and like filming really pretty content, very based on like aesthetics. I think aesthetics definitely hide a lot of reality, especially like the not so great parts, and especially with social media when there's like parasocial relationships and like you don't really know the person and you only see what they want you to see. I feel like it creates this notion that things are the way that they seem online, that like people who aestheticize things and romanticize things don't go through the same negative life experiences and like emotions that pretty much everyone goes through. So I just wanted to like touch a little bit here and there, more so on like mental health related things with my content. When I am like moving, and specifically more long distance things, and when I'm on my own, I get really bad anxiety during the first night. It's like usually when I'm going to bed trying to fall asleep, or in the case of yesterday, I actually woke up in the middle of the night and was like panicked. It's definitely like a normal thing to experience, but I feel like I haven't really seen many people talk about it or many people go into it. Like the first night is always really the worst because I feel like I'm in a new situation, and especially like when I'm alone or feel alone, I'm like just hyper anxious about myself and my well-being and like my safety and just like literally everything imaginable. I don't want to come across as someone who like doesn't struggle with like moving a ton, and I feel like I've been really lucky to like have been in New York and London this year, and obviously I've gone home and stuff. Like those are dream places for me. Like when I was younger, I always dreamed of coming to London. When I was like a little bit older, like I really loved New York and wanted to like go to school there. Like these are definitely like dreams come true. But regardless of that, I still experience the anxiety of moving. It's not all like happy and stuff, which can kind of be a little bit frustrating because I'm just like, these are my dream things, like I should be like just enjoying them and like feeling like almost euphoric in a way. But that's more of like a romanticized notion of what I assume happiness is and like what I assume like living in these different places will be. And it's totally fair to assume that everything will be like super happy and like exciting. That's a lot of how places are like perceived online and like how they're shown to people on the internet. The reality of like happiness is more so peace, which is something I've been learning a lot this past year. Happiness is not like that constant feeling of like excitement and feeling energized and euphoric in a way. It's more so just being at a state of peace and being able to like allow yourself to go through emotions and process your emotions and stuff. Speaking of which, I've been reading this book called The Mountain Is You by Brianna West, I believe, and I've been listening to it as an audiobook, and I really recommend it. I am not someone who usually reads self-help books. I've kind of dabbled in it a little bit when I was younger, but I never like got into it, finished it. This one was so good, and maybe it's also because it's an audiobook. Listening to it in the shower, listening to it while I'm getting ready, like it really taught me so much and like opened me up to a bunch of different ideas that I hadn't even considered, and I think it is really helping me implement like strategies to help with, for the most part, anxiety and just like general well-being. So I definitely recommend it. Yeah, going back to the whole travel anxiety thing, it's not the greatest, it's not fun, and I kind of always almost anticipate it coming, which probably makes it worse, but I kind of know by now that anytime I'm like staying somewhere pretty long term and on my own, I will have like anxiety about it on the first night. I still like want to travel. I want to experience these new things. I'm very, very grateful for being able to experience this. Going through this like initial sort of like anxiety and then actually having the experience of a new place is more worth it than letting the anxiety control my life and not going to these places because I'm too focused on that like anxiety aspect of it. I feel like honestly, if I did the second one too, it would just make things way worse. I feel like I'm almost doing like a bit of exposure therapy with me because it's like I've been to a new country and like been in my own room. A lot of other things fall less on like the scary spectrum than that. So I feel like basically doing these things is good for me. I just wanted to like say that romanticizing things and aestheticizing things isn't like an evil thing to do. I think there's definitely limitations and drawbacks from doing so, and it does, I feel like, require a lot of like mental work in terms of like working on being okay with reality and, you know, not going too far out of the spectrum of reality, because then it can make real life feel like a lot worse in some cases. And I know there's like a bunch of discourse about like aesthetics, but I do think there is a way of going about it in a healthy way and just kind of having fun with it and not really like relying on it and existing separately from it. So I'm not gonna get like fully into that, but I just wanted to kind of say that because I do enjoy doing all the aesthetic things, but I also don't want to like hide the fact that I'm a real person with emotions and who's moving through real life as well. Let me know if any of that resonated with you. I would really appreciate to hear your thoughts regarding that, if anyone else kind of feels the same sort of way. But yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to say regarding that. In other news, I was out today, basically just kind of doing all the orientation stuff for school because we start pretty quickly, like literally tomorrow. So we did like a little walking tour, which is really fun, and we got to like learn really cool things about a part of London. So I'll show you that right now.